All right. Guess who's next? This section over here. Guess. Jim Murphy, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm fucking. Damn. That's the kind of love we need. I need that when I get up in the morning. That's what I need. So fuck it. Without further ado, everybody, Kosh.
That was too much. That is no, it is not going to get better than that at all. Hi guys, thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to us. My name is Dennis. A lot of my friends call me Kosh, like kosher. Don't let the uniform fool you. I will crush a bacon cheeseburger. They are delicious. Give it a try sometime. Maybe some chicken parm. I don't know what other Jews are doing. It's foolish. I am from Florida, and there's too much on it. It will get funnier, I hope. I am from Florida. Please don't hold that against me. I didn't get to pick that. Whenever I meet someone else from Florida on the outside, it's like watching two ex-cons meet for the first time. I just did a dime out in Tampa. What about you? Shit, I was turning life out in Orlando before I escaped to here. I wanted to leave Florida the second that I could, so I treated my my college acceptance letters as if it was a ruling from the parole board, you know? Just, please, this once, let me get out of here, please. I'm like replaying the interview in my head, like, I think I did everything right. I walked in, I was like, I believe I'm a rehabilitated Floridian. I promise to always wear pants at the drive-thru, even if I have no intention of walking inside. I've accepted our Lord and Savior Mickey Mouse into my heart. And I have mastered the zigzag run away from the alligator. And even though I wasn't old enough to vote, I'm sorry for the 2000 presidential election. Yeah, stings still, doesn't it? Also, that alligator thing is real, by the way. Every elementary student in Florida learns how to run away from alligators, because that's the world that we lived in. They run very fast on land, but apparently they can't move quickly, so you have to run in this serpentine thing. So, to recap, Florida had fire drills, hurricane drills, and alligator drills. That's my upbringing. But living in Florida, actually, growing up in Florida wasn't that bad, and I think the reason why it wasn't that bad is I had great parents. I had real dope parents. Anybody else have dope parents? Dope parents, yeah? Your parents smoked weed too? Yeah, my parents smoked a lot of weed when I was growing up. And it wasn't like out here where everybody's parents smoke weed. Like, it was way different back then and way different back there. My parents told me they smoked weed the day I graduated from the DARE program. Drug Abuse Resistance Education. And when I say graduate, I don't mean like it finished. I mean like I was one of the 3 kids who got to read my essay about why DARE is the most important program to like the 3 participating elementary schools, like was given a future narc leader of America certificate at the end. And so my mom was like, we're so proud of you and just want to let you know that your father and I smoke marijuana. And I was like, what? Because all you learn is that drugs are bad and people who do drugs are bad. It's like, these are my parents and I love them, they can't be that bad. And, you know, pretty soon I learned that like, but I learned, I'm like, they're not that bad. And the people that, they introduced me to like great new people, you know, they're dealers. And that was an interesting group of people. So they had this one dealer named Tammy, and Tammy's thing was that she always was having a garage sale, but hosting it at other people's house. So she was like, tomorrow's at Sharon's. This is a very kitchen-heavy garage sale, okay? So just bring your kitchenette things. And then next week we're going to Susan's. That's gonna be more back patio kind of stuff, okay? And what? No, all of my stuff smells like weed, Sharon. I'm not having it at my house. They had another dealer down south who was an actual rocket scientist. Try telling a kid that smoking weed's gonna make you dumb when your parents are buying drugs from a rocket scientist. But my favorite, by far, was they had this couple, true story, this couple who were these 2 lesbian strippers. Now I know what you're thinking, like, oh, of course, Dennis, of course, you want the lesbian stripper couple. That's not the reason why. The reason why is for one very specific moment. One day we were over there on a run, as my parents would call it. gonna run by Kat and Corey's house. I'm like, okay, cool, tell them I said hi. And so I went with them, and they had their friend Nico there, and Nico was this really sweet gay Mexican dude. And so we're just talking and having a good time, talking about movies or something, and out of nowhere Nico goes, Dennis, let me tell you something. When it's time for you to start having sex, whatever you do, do not put on 2 condoms, because the friction will build and they'll break and you'll have babies. Thanks, Nico, I'm 11. This seems like the sort of thing that's going to take up permanent residency in my brain. And it did. I can't tell you how to add fractions at all, but I promise you I've never double bagged it at any moment in my life. But like, my house was also better when there was weed in it than when there wasn't. Perfect example. One day I'm out cruising in the minivan as you do, and I get this little accident, nothing major, the car's fine, I'm okay, but there's enough damage I have to tell my mom, and I'm super nervous about it, and I get home and I'm like, hey mom, and she goes, what? It's like, Mom, I crashed the car, and she goes, oh no. I was like, I know, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm okay, the car's okay, it's just I wanted to tell you. And she goes, was it before or after you got the Kit Kats we sent you out for? I was like, it was before it happened. I came right home and she goes, oh no. And about that time, my dad walks in the room, right? And she's like, your son crashed the car. And my dad goes, sometimes cars crash, I wouldn't worry about it. And she goes, no, he didn't get the Kit Kats. And my dad said, oh no. And so I was like, I'm so sorry, like I'll go right to my room. My dad goes, no, you will go to your bicycle and you will pedal to the Kit Kats. I should have known earlier that my parents smoked weed when I look back on things. Like one day in 4th grade, I got this new baseball glove and I had to break it in. So I was like, Mom, I gotta break in my baseball mitt. And she goes, okay, well why don't you just go outside and play catch with God? What? She's like, just go outside and just play catch with God. I was like, you mean gravity? I just kid you not, she goes, Dennis, we are Jews and it is not my job to determine what your relationship with the Lord is going to be, okay? Thanks, man. My parents had children for 2 reasons. One, to have people to do things that they didn't want to do anymore, okay? Oh, you're old enough and big enough to push the lawnmower? Great, that's one thing off my plate. What? Oh, it's triggering your asthma? We'll get you a mask. It's gonna be fine, you can paint it. But the other reason was to have people on hand that they could fuck with whenever they got bored. And they got bored a whole lot. When I was really young, one day, my parents woke me up and they're like, Dennis, come on, you're late for school, come on, get dressed, we'll drive you to the bus stop, come on. My bus stop's like 3 blocks away and normally would walk. I was like, okay, great, thanks, oh my gosh. So they get in the car and they take me to the bus stop and they hop off and okay, have a good day at school, and they drive away. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh boy, there's nobody else here yet. It is so dark. I really hope I didn't miss the bus. 5 minutes later, they drive back up laughing hysterically. And my mom's like, it's 2 a.m., get in the car, you dummy. Also, what are you wearing? Is that a Looney Tunes t-shirt, pink basketball shorts, and flip-flops? You do not dress well under pressure. Whoa, my goodness. What are you doing to me? I come from a small town, and when the mall opened, for those of you who don't know what a mall is, it's like an Amazon showroom. When the mall opened, it was a huge deal in my town, massive. And like, that was the thing that the kids would do, like your parents would take you and drop it off and you'd walk around with your friends and have the greatest time, unless you were me. My parents would drop us off, then they would go home and they'd change into these overalls and like this weird stained Fuddruckers t-shirt that they had. We didn't have a Fuddruckers in town, I don't know where that came from. And like these redneck teeth you could get in the quarter machines, right? And they would come back and they'd follow me and my friends walking through the mall. And they'd be like, hey Dennis, where you going, boy? Who's that girl you walking with? She sure is purty. You think her daddy knows you're walking with her? Oh, goodness. This is why I have 3 mental health physicians now. In high school, I was really crushing on this girl, and I finally got the courage to ask her out on a date to the movies, and she said yes, and I told my mom, all excited, and she goes, well, you just see if maybe you can take your brother and his friend, they can go to a different movie, just drive them. And so I was like, okay, so I asked the girl, and she's like, that's totally fine, I have a younger sister, I know. And I was like, okay, cool. So we go to the mall, and we get this parking space that's like the greatest parking space in the world, right? The one right next to the handicap. Like the one that if there was at a preschool here in LA would be auctioned off for thousands at like a fundraiser. That hits a little close to home for some of us, right? So like I sit in this parking space and just kind of revel in it for a second because I'm just so proud of myself. Go to the movie, my brother goes to his movie, it's great. We're leaving, my brother's movie gets out like a few minutes before us. Him and his friend are like, all right, hey, first one of the car wins, and they run, and I'm trying to be cool, like, kids always competing, you know. I personally believe in equality. And I look up, and my brother and his friend are standing in the space where the van should be. They're in the space, the van is not. So now, I know I parked in that space, I reveled in it, but now I have to like Jedi mind trick all of us into thinking that we shared this hallucination of ever parking here because I want to have a second date. So I'm like, you know, yeah, maybe, I thought we did too, maybe the walk was short because like the company was great, you know? So we keep looking for the van and we can't find it, and I'm getting sweatier and more nervous. And we find it. We find it 30 minutes later on the other side of the mall. There will be no second date. I am a sweaty mess. I am on the verge of tears, but I'm still trying to be a gentleman, so I like open the door for her, and I get around, and I go to my door. I go to sit down, and she goes, hey, I saw this on your seat. And she hands me this folded piece of paper, and I open it up and goes, forget where you parked, love mom and dad. They had come to the mall for something, saw the car, and went, ooh, I wonder what he'll do if we moved it. I know what he'll do. He'll prolong his virginity for more years than he planned on. That's what he'll fucking do. And the worst part is now I have a son. And I don't want to mess this kid up, but I'm just afraid it's in my DNA. And he just never had a chance. And like it started really young, like when like stuff that like is gonna embarrass him when I tell the story of his bar mitzvah, but didn't embarrass him in the moment. Like we used to go to like this little kid gym thing, right? Like these little places where the kids can go and have little apparatuses they can run around on and just have a great time, right? They're not very big, but they're a blast, and we'd go there all the time. And I would get bored and didn't want to be that parent who's always on my phone. So I would like find ways to entertain myself. And my favorite way of entertaining myself would be to walk around the other kids and just fart at will. And then watch as their parents would grab them and see if it was them who needed the diaper change. Someone needs a diaper change. You know what, after that last one, someone does need a diaper change. But now, it's more personal. We're potty training him right now, and if you've never potty trained a little boy, let me tell you something that's not in any of the books. When he feels like he's done peeing, that's it, he's done pointing in that direction, okay? He's like, ah, and there's just residual pee everywhere. So you have to teach him, right? You have to teach him to like shake it off. You have to Taylor Swift it, right? You have to teach him how to do that. So I was like, okay, buddy, like when you're all done, you just gotta go like boop boop and be all done. I don't know why I said you have to go boop boop, but I did. And he latched on to that. So now, whenever he's done peeing, he just goes, all right, boop boop. Which is totally cute right now, but I'm thinking, in even just a couple of years, when he's at the elementary school, and he's at the urinal and there's a kid next to him, and he finishes and he's like, boop boop. Now the kid's like, well, did that kid's dick just get a text message? What? You guys, thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
Wow. So what the fuck can't Kosh do? Right? What can't he do? I'm like, God damn it. One more time. That was fucking amazing, Kosh. We gonna